You too, man. What's going on? It's LNH back with another vid, and we have some great news to break down, man. I didn't see this coming, and I didn't think it would happen so quickly, but yes, it is about that time. If you guys did not hear the news, LiAngelo Ball has just officially signed with the Hornets. Now, that's tough because you guys know by now, this dude was trying to get on the squad for a minute. He played in Summer League, and then they actually didn't take him for a while, and there was a lot of question and mystery as to what was going on with him. And then, of course, just a few days ago, we heard that he was actually going to be in the NBA G League draft, but apparently he is no longer in that. Now let's take a look at the tweet that was actually put out. And you know, we have to go to Shams Charania for the NBA info and the G League info. Let's take a look at it. Sources: the Charlotte Hornets have signed LiAngelo Ball to a non-guaranteed contract, and Ball will play for the team's G League Greensboro Swarm. Ball was slated to enter the G League draft, but signing allows Charlotte to acquire his rights. And man, I don't know, Melo might have pulled some strings for this one. He might have told them, now it's you're signing my brother or I'm out. And look what happened. He finally got signed. So I think the Jello fans and really the Ball brother fans in general are super excited to see all three of them finally in the league. Of course, only two are actually in the regular NBA, one in the G League, but this is a step in the right direction. And I think this is a huge move for Jello. With how many people said he would never even make it this far, and with all the things that he's happened in his career, definitely one of those things that's a roller coaster ride, but he was able to go through and keep pushing when so many people were doubting him and saying he was done, and now he actually finally has made that squad, and it's clearly official. Man, I can't wait to see what he's actually going to do when he is playing for this G League squad, but I really want to see him go up against other guys that we've been looking at. Now, we've been looking at Kyrie Walker, Zaire Wade, and man, I would love to see how LiAngelo Ball does compare to some of these guys. But you guys know Jello is one of the top scorers, and if I'm not mistaken, he was leading California for scoring the most points, and I believe it was around 30 points a game, which was crazy. You guys see, if he's able to score the ball that well, and you see how well his brothers have actually progressed in basketball and in the NBA, I think Jello is just going to follow suit. But of course, because his career took a little bit of a different path than his two brothers, of course with the college incident, I think that's why it's going to take him maybe a little bit longer to get actually to the NBA. But this is great news for sure, and I think he's going to be a super effective player. And man, maybe soon enough he will get asked to be on some type of two-way contract where he could actually be playing with Melo, because I think that's what people really want to see. They want to see him and Melo play because they know they have chemistry. For sure, if you played with your brother for so many years, you two are just going to be able to play basketball, pass the ball, knowing the other likes to get shots, and it's really going to make the game way easier and for them to get W's. So I think this is a great move for sure. Now, people are actually even wondering, should this guy, or is he even going to crack the actual Charlotte Hornets team? And in my opinion, man, a lot of people feel mixed about this because number one, we have to look at who he's playing against in Summer League. Now remember, the people that you're playing against in Summer League, that's not regular NBA competition. Some of these guys are, but the majority of the comp in the NBA Summer League is actually not as good as who you're going to be playing against in one, the G League, and two, the actual NBA. So I think he has to prove himself, show that he can play in the NBA G League first. If he's able to dominate, I think that's when he's going to be able to get pulled up. So he has to do things like make sure he's knocking down his jump shots, good defense, being down first on the floor. And this dude seems like he was doing those when he was playing in Summer League. But again, the G League is just a little bit better, so we have to keep that in mind. And if he does play well enough, man, I think he can definitely get on the actual Charlotte Hornets team, but it's going to take a lot of work. Remember, he hasn't even been playing really an organized basketball for a while now, and to be able to go and pick up and actually play with these guys and be able to really show and be effective on the basketball court is really what it's going to take at the end of the day for him to make an impact on his team. Now, I think what's interesting about this entire situation was that LaVar actually low-key said he was going to be on the Charlotte Hornets. And yes, LaVar has said a lot of crazy things, but there are other things on hand that he's actually said that have come to be true. Of course, he said all his sons would be in the NBA, and clearly that has happened by now. But he did say in that one commercial that he made talking about him selling t-shirts that actually both of the Ball brothers, of course, LaMelo, and Jello would actually be playing for the Charlotte Hornets. And I thought that was really interesting because a lot of people thought it was cap with what was going on. They didn't see that Jello actually got signed, but the fact that he was speaking facts and we actually saw that he is on the official squad is wild to me. But he's called this out for a minute now, so I know he's definitely happy to see that all of his sons are actually finally in the league. Now, I think what's really interesting about this entire situation is how Jello took so long to get signed, but we look at and compare him to somebody like Zaire Wade. Think about how much he was averaging in high school. Now, Zaire Wade, when he went to Sierra Canyon, and yes, he did get hurt at some point in time, he was only averaging around 4 points per game. But since his father was part owner of the Jazz, he's able to just get signed almost immediately without really proving himself after high school. And of course, he did go to a post grad, but really stats are not visually out about that. And then somebody like Jello, who has been performing in Summer League arguably well enough to at least be able to get signed to the G League team. And now look what happens. He does that, puts in work, and it takes this long for him to get signed. Now, I know we're definitely not going to see any more of the sign Jello or where's Jello comments in the comment section because he finally made it. But a lot of people are even saying that the Charlotte Hornets would actually be doing this because of what happened last night. Now, they actually lost by around 70 points, which is wild, and people are saying that after they lost by that many points, they just might as well as head and go and sign Jello to the squad because they really have nothing to lose after that. Now, of course, he is on the G League, but I think he can bring a lot to that team that they currently don't have, and for sure, there are going to be a ton of eyes watching him as he continues to develop to actually see if he can make it to the Charlotte Hornets squad or not. Now, what's really interesting about this situation as well was also that Jello actually recently posted a picture on Instagram, and in this picture he has a hat on. It actually is showing the Bulls logo, which is kind of wild because there was some speculation if the team, the Bulls, was actually interested in him and bringing him onto the squad. But the fact that he wore this and posted this picture the day before he got signed to the Charlotte Hornets, man, a lot of people were thinking maybe the Bulls were interested in him, but clearly that was not the case. And even LaVar actually recently just rolled out a brand new luxury shoe for BBB, so they're definitely doing a lot of things here. But man, LaVar has been telling the truth since day one, and I wonder what else is going to come true. Now, a lot of things he said were cap, but the fact that all three of his sons are now in the NBA is definitely a huge step in the right direction for these guys and their entire brand. Although some of the brothers don't really mess with BBB like that because of what happened in the past and Lonzo losing his money, but for sure it's interesting to see that they finally made it. But you guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think? Make sure you like this vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications to get a notification every time I upload a new video. So LiAngelo Ball.